Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today I am going to be sharing with you this card, and it uses a simple ink resist technique which allows your sentiment to shine through the background that you are going to create. So to start with, I'm going to be creating a inked background, and I'm going to be using the beautiful colours of Mountain Mist, Volcano, Lake, Lagoon and Galactic Stream. Now I know the Seashore collection comes with the emerald, but I find that substituting the Galactic Stream makes the blue shine through from the other colours. I am going to be creating an ombre kind of background, so I'm going to start with my darkest colour, which is the Galactic Stream. Now I am using a makeup brush. You could use any blending tool that you do have, but I do find that these are pretty inexpensive and really great for ink blending. So I've moved on to the Lagoon from the Galactic Stream, and I have gone over the Galactic Stream just to make those colours blend in together really, really prettily and beautifully. Once I have finished with the Lagoon, I will then move on to the very pretty Volcano Lake. As you can see, I'm using the same makeup brush. I'm just kind of cleaning it off onto the scratch paper that I have under me, just to make sure that I don't get it too dirty. But I'm not going to worry too much because I don't find that these colours do blend together in a really weird way. They are really pretty all the time. So as you can see, I'm just going to kind of just take some of the excess ink off and then go into my lightest colour, which is the Mountain Mist. And then once I'm done with that, that is my background all nicely inked. I'm then going to take the Charming Doodles stamp set, and I'm just going to take a couple of the images from here. So I have the flower, a little branch and a leaf. I'm going to be using the Galactic Stream ink to stamp a little pattern on here using my little stamps that I do have. Now I don't want to use the whole of this branch, so all I'm doing is I'm just inking partially up the branch just so I have the bit that I want to have. So as you can see, I'm just kind of playing around with these. This is my favorite kind of background to create, just using it as like a jigsaw puzzle, getting it to all fit in nicely and snugly together. It doesn't have to fit in perfectly. This is just going to give us a little bit of a pattern behind our sentiment and also in our sentiment when it shines through later on. So I'm just going to keep going with this. I'm kind of rotating the stamps just to give me a different look with them. And again, I am only inking up partially up that branch just to give me a smaller branch there. I'm then going to take the Mega Greetings 3 stamp set, and I'm going to take this Love that's at the bottom. I do like the font of this one, and it's really, really large, so it's great to have a good play around with it. So all I'm doing is I'm going to make sure that I have as much as that Love filled in as I want. So once you're happy with the amount that you do have down there, you don't have to completely cover the Love if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. So I'm happy with this, and I do like how that background image looks at the minute as well. So once I was happy with that, I then need to make sure that this piece is completely dry. Now I have used a lot of ink on this, so you may need to heat it with a heat tool and then add some anti-static powder as well. So once I've done that, I'm then going to pop it into my Misty with the little panel, and I'm just going to place my Love into place on top of all of the bits that I want it to be in. I'm then going to take my embossing ink and I'm going to ink this up. I do tend to ink up my sentiments that I want to heat emboss, especially with a resist. I tend to do them twice. So I ink them up, I stamp them, and then I ink them up again and then stamp them directly on top of the one that I've just stamped. That's why I'm using my Misty. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I do like to make sure that I have it completely covered. Especially with the embossing ink, it's kind of tricky to see at times, but when you do it twice, you've kind of got it covered that way. So once I have it all nicely inked up, I'm then just going to add some crystal clear embossing powder over this. Now, if you do have a couple of stray pieces of embossing powder, just take a dry brush and just sweep them away before you do heat set, because if they're stuck where you don't want them to be, once you heat set them, they will be stuck there forever. Once I heat set it, I do let it to cool first before I do anything else with it. Once it has cooled nicely, I'm then going to add some more ink over the top. And yes, you guessed it, some more Galactic Stream. This does happen to be one of my favorites at the minute. I don't know about you, but I do tend to gravitate towards certain inks and certain colors. So I'm just going to add this over. Now I was completely going to go over the whole of it, so the background pattern was gone. But then I kind of liked how it was shining through at the same time. So I did tend to give more of an ombre look to this. So I had more of a darker towards the E and then lighter towards the L. So it's completely up to you. If you wanted to completely cover it, you could do. But I just wanted a bit of that background to shine through as well. So once I've done that, again, you want to make sure this is nice and dry. Again, that's why I've added lots of anti-static baby powder. I'm then going to add an additional sentiment. Again, this is from the Mega Greetings 3. And I'm just going to stamp this into place. Now, just for a little bit more contrast and interest with the card, I decided to stamp this and heat emboss it using some white. Because I am going to be putting this onto a white card base. And I do have a nice border around this. I did trim this down. So I'm going to have a nice half an inch border around the outside of my card base. So once I'm happy, I'm just going to heat emboss that so it's nice and dry and shiny. And I'm then going to take my little panel that we do have and I'm going to take this and add this to my card base. I'm just using my favorite glue tape, which is the Ultinu tape runner. I do find this is really handy and I love how it's nice and dry so I don't have any wet glue splodging out of the sides. So here is my card complete. I really do hope that you've enjoyed the video and that you like the technique, and I really do hope that you give it a go as well. If you do, it would be great if you do share with us because we would love to see it. Again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to watch any more videos, there's a couple more here that you can watch at your own leisure. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any videos that we do upload to the channel, it would be great if you do subscribe. Again and again, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.